What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Real Estate with Wes, episode 49. Let's get right into it. How old is old? When we think about homes, I guess it depends where you live and where you are. Well, if you live in New England, old can be pretty old. I'd say at least a couple hundred years old before things really get considered old. And in other parts of the country, old was it born before or after the year 2000? I think the better question becomes, what are the ages and life expectancies of important items when it comes to the house itself? Let's start with the roof. The roof is obviously a vital part of a house, protecting you from everything falling up above, but it's important to understand the life expectancy of a roof. Typically, roofs last about 25 to 30 years, pending that nothing major happens to them during its life. Now, they actually make a 50-year architectural shingle roof now, which is super important because when buying a house or dealing with big costs coming up, are you dealing with a 30-year roof or a 50-year roof? So this is super important to understand because are you going to be dumping money into your property at the 30-year mark of the roof or the 50-year mark? And you want to know what age that roof is going in. Now let's talk about mechanicals, the heart of the house, I call it. What keeps you cool if you have central air, what keeps you warm in the winter. Talking about the furnace, the hot water heater, items that you cannot live without. A furnace, on one hand, can last anywhere from about 20 to 30 years for a typical life expectancy. Hot water heaters will last about 10 to 15 years if they run their entire course of life. Some more significant items that maybe don't require as much maintenance or replacing as frequently, we're talking about plumbing, electrical. Think of these as the arteries of the house, and once your arteries begin to break down on you, it begins to be difficult to supply the house, aka the body, appropriately. And of course, the structure of the home, probably the most important topic. This is where it really becomes an open-ended question of how long can a house last? Now, if you have a much older home, you might have plaster walls and ceilings. You might not have drywall. You might be dealing with some settling. You might be dealing with some foundation cracking. These are items that if you continue to maintain and upkeep, you really can prolong the life of a house for many, many, many decades. So my summary on the life expectancy of a home, I think it comes down to two things. If you are built on good, strong soil and you have great homeowners that maintain and continue to invest within the home to keep it up, you really will go an infinite time with that home, and there's no saying really how long it could last. Just make sure to do your due diligence when it comes to your home or looking at a home so you know how long or what is needed to continue the life of that home. That'll do it on this episode of Real Estate with Wes. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week on episode 50. Till then, have a great week, and remember, that glass is always half full.